else, why didn't you say so sooner, Drazor? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day. To tell the truth, a wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word they can't come, meaning I got both load of foodstuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid a lot in advance. Haha. Go and call on Fridolari and Catherine at the Safra Amni exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Sure. Let's go. Get some free food stuff. What's the closest? Actually, it's closer to just go through here. She's in business of feeding refugees now. I ain't the only one to question Mistress Mumai's judgments, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man, one can't earn a crust deserve to go hungry. You say that, but the nation literally gotten raised to ground, and they've been on the boat for God knows how long. Alright, that's rather odd request. You happy misheard instructions? No, don't question me. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They start to expect it. You mark my words. Dude, people in Nola is so rude. I understand where they come from, because how all the vegans are acting is like you give them an inch and then they expect to get a mile. But oh yeah, expect to get a mile, not that you give them an inch and they take a mile, because then they actually earn that mile, with the exception of that inch that you started with. But nah. Anyway, Adventurers Guild. But if you get a little, don't expect to get more. Didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. I'm gonna tell you, Lady Ugiri, it is all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expected. Mistress Momode is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Ugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultan and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favour. Naught is owed, Lady Ugiri, for naught has been given. This small favour is fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favour of the syndicates. Then I shall choose them with care. You will accompany us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing is palpable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Let's go then. Let's teleport. Somebody cheating and cheating the blade door. But look at me. Look at my punchy things. There you go. Look at fly. Anyway, let's teleport to the Chamber of Duatini. And talk to the Syndicate of the Sultana. Our pleasure, Drazor. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. That dude in the hood there, best Syndicate member, by far. No competition.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
You already fucked up.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
Yeah.
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Yeah. Basically free labor.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant?
Yeah.
Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees.
prioritize those within
They
the border
live
first.
hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher.
And then you have El Amigo
The
too,
wealth
your
of
direct
Ul'dah is not without limits, my
Not
friends.
direct neighbor, but...
And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Top of the syndicate.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Because they can make Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote.
Yeah.
To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Yeah, I will. In this situation, I would have left 2 because I would rather have prioritized basically my own citizens, or these citizens.
Would that it were within my
country,
power to welcome you and your people,
and
Lady
the
Yugiri.
domes,
As you have
because
observed,
a
however,
direct neighbor,
my
or
authority in
almost a
such
direct
matters
neighbor,
is regrettably limited. Without the consent
would
of
be
the
more
Syndicate,
valuable.
I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, Accept my sincerest apologies.
Yeah, so sincere.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a long cutscene. And we got some paint or money. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Often I wonder how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Okay. Somebody got their AoE. So we go to Eatright Plaza. Somebody playing music. Let's. The syndicates. Oh, there you go. The syndicate has spoken. I see no point of moving that matter be reconsidered. The monotherists have made their position clear. Agreed, Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsalom in Sogredana. I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship, whilst the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. But I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. What about Modona? Mifile. That is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that wish is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or even just a few days. Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. I'll put it myself, no. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seven Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Modona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with no safe food or shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself propose, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear words said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll will offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Myself know once again, I found myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you, and before that there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenastol, which will be no small feat considering the distance of their present condition. Oh. Okay. Why? Look at me. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Let me do this. Don't switch server. Nah. And I switch back. You. Look at that. You can see my total days subscribed. Beautiful. Come on now, 19Q. And we're back in here again. Okay, let's do this talk again. So let's skip ahead. Fastest clicking ever seen. Does this work? No. It doesn't. No, I already read that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is where I'm at. Lady Geary, if you and your people will accompany me, we may discuss what aid the immortal flames can provide. Wow. One line. One line. Okay. Thanks, servers, for being so nice to me. Okay. Hello, Alphino. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenastol too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Madonna. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? A fear that exceeds our mandate. Where it's a smaller number, mayhap it will go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Madonna. When Governor fails to act, the responsibility falls to those private citizens. I will engage the service of the 77 caravans on the Domin's behalf. Very well, we shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come that may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Ugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Don't trust him. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Ugiri, let us put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? All this politics is everywhere. All over. Mr. Muldooney is quite right. There's much to be done, Drazor. I would like you to visit Giglion, the 77 caravans representative in Scorpion's Crossing, to ensure that everything goes according to plan. Yeah. Let's go then. Let's me and up. Oh. There you go. And move out to Scorpion's Crossing. This dude is still AFK here. What is it? Fisher? Yeah, look like a fisher. Well, we got. That's a name. That's a name indeed. Somebody trying out the rotation. On a training dummy. Welcome, sir. Welcome. May I say what an honor and privilege it is to serve you. Our finest carriage have been set aside for your use, and each will be driven by highly experienced coachmen, save for one. Beg pardon. Why not all of them? Well, there was an instance, you see. Nothing bad. I hasten to add, I had no choice but to discipline the fellow responsible. Alas, he proved unduly discouraged by this and elected to leave our employ. A pity, really. He was so familiar with the route in question. Why, under different circumstances, this is very like that. I would have chosen him to oversee this very caravan. A thought occurred to me. You are an accomplished adventurer. Are you not then mayhappy you could go to the coffin and persuade the fellow in question to return? Needless to say, noble sir, I would never suggest such a thing were it not in your best interest. It is just that a venture of such import will seem to me to demand the very best. Will you not agree? Wow, you're laying it on thick here. Really thick, you're laying it on. Oh, back here. It's been a while. I haven't been here in a good while. Indeed. Coffee. Little man, bugger of me drawing days again. Done. Giggling so to that. Wouldn't listen when I tried to tell him what happened. Please, he said. Those goddamn blaze, what took me his stuff in the first place? Dream is the excuse of finding goals. Tells me I've got to pay for missing goods out of my bleeding pocket. The nerve of the bastard. Only his stuff has got robbed. And it damn took me ringing. I was gonna give that to me last, you know. But doesn't give two shites about me and what I lost. Does you bollocks? Leave it to me. Yeah. Don't worry, leave it to me. You mean to say you'll take care of it? Get the stuff back and everything? Praise it well. Things are finally starting to look up. I hear the Warson's taken to all somewhere to Nothica's wells. Shouldn't be too hard to find. They ain't like they got to hire their doings, being blades and all. But you best be careful, son. They ain't like to return what they took us, cause it is polite. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, that's probably gonna be it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. We are over the hour mark because it's a half episode. So we are going to end it here with our final friend on the side here. And yeah, that's the start of a new patch. The second of 5. So it's like with this one 4 more patches. And then we are in Heaven's Word. But yeah, if you did indeed enjoy this episode, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more and all that fine and dandy stuff. And on that note, I'm going to see you guys next week. Well, it's gonna be next week for me, but it's gonna be like 2 days for you guys. But anyway, yeah, I see you then. Bye.